The Stonewall Jackson lacrosse tournament they have there where they bring in people and they do things for charity. And so that would be a great backdrop. Shenandoah, that number has to come in somehow in one of these things where they do their own version, a JT version. Because I think that's the one aspect he brings as a Glee Club leader that nobody else could do is he's actually a great singer himself. And dancer, and this is not like a typical Glee Club like everybody thinks, because it's really their super group inside the Glee Club. Again, this would be a perfect opportunity for the Commandant to clash with JT, because here you have this sort of like warrior sport, of lacrosse taking place in the big thing, but then the entertainment in between games turns out to be JT, kid leader JB, doing this stuff that is, in his mind, so un-VMI-like. Well, I think JB is really like the comedic character of the show, and so what you have him do is like he starts playing around with the lacrosse sticks inside the locker room, with the guys, and he's like, "Hey, I'll throw one," and he throws it through the window. So he's really the Gomer Pyle type character. I think JT would say, "Look, I know you have a problem focusing, but there comes a time when you have to take one step at a time, and just if you're focusing for the next 10 seconds on doing this and the next 20 seconds doing this, but it all has to reach this end where we're trying to get to. I want you to come up and I want you to do this, and I want you to then start to do the dance moves and do this, and I want you to do this. And so just focus on doing that. Don't focus on kid leader, just focus on what we're supposed to be doing here, and it'll all work out." In the tournament, there's more than one game. So there's another game, VMI wins this game. Now they're going up against the other team. So the first part of it could be him doing Shenandoah after W and L just beat so-and-so, Radford or UVA or whoever we want. Then the next thing is VMI is doing the thing, but during that game, kid leaders, band member, whatever, falls, for this other guy on the other team. And, he comes and he takes off his helmet and everything, and she's like, "Wow," starstruck with the guy, and he's kind of like winking at her. I think you're hot, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is creating the tension that she has to solve in her own group. I think what Kid Leader would say is, she would say, "Look, I understand your personal feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, in this environment, we're representing VMI. So we can't really have you going over to the other side when you're supposed to be part of our team." I think that's another kind of angle on it. The two numbers, to me, in that circumstance would be Shenandoah, just again, because that would be a perfect number for him because he's got that kind of voice. And then, have him introduce and lead the, be on the stage and kind of leading and sort of coaching dance moves and everything during the thing. And then have the big performance with JB and Kid Leader, and maybe even JT's part of that performance too. I mean, it could be a very fun show.